welcome to IDEAtv. This is the stage. I'm with Meet Naji, and today I have an amazing blogger who transformed the blogging industry from just being blogging to creating a community of bloggers who strictly focusing on democracy. Christian, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you very much. How are you?
I'm delighted to have you all the way from Germany.
Yes, that's correct. I'm based in Johannesburg, but I grew up in Germany, so...
Okay, so your other name is, I'm still fighting to get the accent of, how do you pronounce it?
My last name is Echle.
Echle. So you're going to teach me some German. Okay, before we get into the whole interview, I need to learn some of this. The accents are always the issue. How do you say that?
Echle, I mean that's the C and the A. CH, it's a...
I lost it when I'm trying to learn French. Now it's the same thing like Echle.
So for example, for real, you say, I don't know, this is real love. In Germany, das ist echte Liebe.
Echte Liebe.
Echte Liebe.
How is that?
Very nice.
Echte Liebe.
Nice.
That's pretty cool, yeah. Echte Liebe. For real.
It's the tagline of my favorite football club, Borussia Dortmund. Okay. Echte Liebe.
Second, Echte Liebe. Let's get in the interview. Well, let's talk about Africa blogging. How do you come up with that to create Africa blogging?
So I represent the German Konrad Adenauer Foundation, which is a political foundation, and my program is looking into improving media in sub-Saharan Africa. But working with traditional media for quite some time, I realized that there's really a lot of problems. Corruption, bad training of journalists, media houses which are not ready to spend what is actually needed to bring their newspapers or radio stations forward.
Very sure.
So we looked into alternative, target groups, alternative ways of sharing information, of sharing opinions. And we obviously found them in social media and on internet blogs. So this is how we decided to create a project which is dedicated for bloggers in sub-Saharan Africa.
And then you focus only on democracy. You can't have anything else?
Well, I know that obviously there's fashion bloggers, there's sports bloggers, cinema bloggers, and I love to read all those blogs. But given the fact that our mandate is to improve democracies, we were looking for bloggers which are dealing with political topics, with gender topics, with topics regarding society in a broader sense. And those are the bloggers we invited to our inaugural meeting 2 years ago in Nairobi.
Okay, so I'm wondering, how do you create a community of all these people from different countries in Africa, like Zimbabwe, Zambia, Nairobi, Uganda, all of them into one community? How do you do that?
I think it's a speciality of ours because our mandate is to work regionally. So we always try to bring people from different countries together. And for me as a German from Europe, this is a very interesting experience because in Europe we are kind of used to cross borders, and know about our neighbors. But in Africa it can be so tricky just to get over a border, to get a visa for your neighbor country. So first of all, it's a lot of effort for us to make all the travel arrangements, get the visa ready and everything. But then once the people are together, it's so easy, because there's so much curiosity about the other countries. Even if there's very different cultural and backgrounds, different languages, we always find a way of, creating a good group spirit, and it's actually not too hard. I mean, it's a lot of fun to be part of that.
That's fine. So I'm kind of curious about, how blogging is very much about the content and then it's democracy, but how do these bloggers get to have content that they really want to say without having issues with their governments?
So first of all, we don't ask them to change anything. So we just looked for bloggers who are sharing democratic ideas and so on. For some of them, it's quite tough because some of them are coming from quite restrictive countries. I think we can name Zimbabwe, for example, countries which just have recently introduced very strict laws.
But now in Congo, it's
Tanzania,
very crazy.
Congo, even Uganda has more and more restrictive laws, Kenya. So it's just bold people, I have to say. It's not like we push them to do anything, but they do what they do, and we just try to support them, bring them together, help them a little bit with the networking. But it's their courage really to write what they are writing. It's nothing that we can put over them.
So how do they apply? Like if you're trying to get bloggers, how do they get to join the community?
So there's basically two ways. The network is growing, and this is coming from the recommendations from within the network. So every year we ask around, are there any new bloggers that you see, should be part of our group? So it's recommendations from within the group. And then also we as the foundation have a permanent look at the blogosphere, the African blogosphere. We have every Friday we have a small like a Facebook post which is called Top of the Blogs. And we provide the 5 best blog posts of the week, the most interesting blog posts. So we're permanently looking around and looking for interesting bloggers to join the network. But we're also happy to, to get just like a Facebook message of someone who thinks he or she should be part of the network. So we're very, very open, and then we just look and see whether it fits into the...
I feel like now I need to go back into the content bit and ask, when you're trying to get them and then they get to recommend, do you also look at, oh, this one is an activist, this one is just writing a story, this one's focusing on the positive bit of pushing, also the campaigner or fundraiser, do you also have those specifications?
We are not looking too much in their backgrounds, we're just having a look at their blogs, what they're doing on Twitter, Facebook, and this is basically then the decision that we take. But we do have we have activists, we have consultants, we have policymakers, we have academics. So it's quite a mixed crowd, and we don't really look where they are coming from. We really focus on their blogs.
Okay. So what happens when someone gets a problem in the community? Like I've been trying to follow your website a lot, and then recently I saw one of Uganda's bloggers who was shipped from Dubai for launching a book and writing a lot about what's happening in Dubai with the employment of Ugandans there. And then he was deported back to Uganda. Yeah. So do you always help in advise or support or create ways of benefiting them?
I think if you're in a threatening situation as a blogger, the most important thing is visibility. Visibility, if people know about you, it's harder for governments, for secret police and so on to really get to you. So what we are trying to do as a network is to make cases visible, where bloggers are hurt, where bloggers are put into prison. So whenever someone from our group would be affected, I'm quite sure that the others would try help him, support her. So that's really how it works. We can't break into jails, and get people out, but we can just create this visibility and make sure that other people learn about the situation and the case.
That's interesting. I know the more you get out there, the more actually you have a community supporting. So, and then I understand you always have a lot of workshops where you bring these people together, and that's one of the ways the different countries get together. But now you're in Uganda to do the same workshop. What is the magic with this?
So we do this for the 3rd year now. We've been to Kenya before and to Johannesburg last year. And we came to Uganda for several reasons. First of all, this is really a great spot. I hope your viewers know about it, Innovation Village. It's fantastic.
Yeah, you can stay. You're welcome to stay.
I haven't seen any beds, but apart from that, it's a really great place, and I think the creativity and the atmosphere here contributes to the workshop. And then at the same time, I think it's also a little bit of a sign, because Uganda is obviously facing social media shutdowns during the elections, during the oath of the president, and this is something which is not our perception of how free internet, free social media should work, free expression of opinion. So at the same time, we are coming here to state that there's a very active community of bloggers, of freedom of expression activists, and that the Ugandan population is not alone in fighting this fight against censorship and social media shutdowns.
So how do you find the blogging society of Uganda? Because we have few people actually blogging about democracy. All those ones the rest are not actually speaking out loud to say, and most people are using the newspapers to see something that they feel.
I feel that it's growing. When we started to identify the bloggers 2.5 years ago, I think the community was still much smaller. So there are more and more people creating their own blogs, or just having very elaborate Facebook pages or Twitter accounts. So it's growing, it's very interesting. And as I said before, I don't judge any fashion blogger or sports blogger. I love to read their stuff. It's just that we are focusing a little more on the political side of things.
Okay. All right, that's okay. Of course, I want to read the fashion bit and see the sports and health, cookery. I love eating. I'm curious now to get to understand about these bloggers, the ones you create in a community. Is it a job for them?
For most of them, it's not a job. So, as I said, their background is they're academics, journalists. It's more of a passion, and that is also what I really like about them. So they're really passionate about what they are doing.
Do they get paid for blogging, or?
Well, not through us, but we also don't cost them any extra work. So we just take blogs that they are writing anyway and publish it on a joint website. Every member contributes one blog post per month, and this is then on africablogging.org, and the idea of the page is to give an overview of what's happening in the network and also on the African continent. Some of them found ways to monetize what they are doing, be it through advertising on their webpage, be it through media partnerships.
I've seen some authors from your blog.
Yeah. So some of them have more of a business model. Some of them just do it out of passion, but that's the more important part for me. So they really have to burn for what they are doing.
Are we having one workshop for the ones who are not blogging yet to get introduced into blogging? Would like to have that.
Yeah, I mean,
blogging itself is still new in Uganda.
That's true. We did similar stuff in Angola so far, so yeah, maybe I just have to take it into next year's plans.
Yes, so to come here to Uganda. Yes.
But, also, I think all of our network members will work as multiplicators, you know. So, for example, from Uganda we have Echle, who is, I think, quite a well-known social media person here. So maybe we should just support her to give a blog for a blog teaching workshop for starters. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. It was lovely to host you.
Thank you so much for the interview.
How do you say thank you when you're saying
Vielen Dank.
Vielen Dank.
Vielen Dank.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah, it is.
Vielen Dank.
And the other one, real love?
Oh my God. No, this one is more easier. Real love. It sounds like I'm saying real love, you know?
Yeah.
Real love.
Vielen Dank.
Vielen Dank. That's the one for real.
It is.
Yeah.
No, for real was echte Liebe. Real love.
Echte Liebe is so hard. Sounds like Arab, you know?
We still have a few days to work on that. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll go with real love, right?
Right. Vielen Dank. Vielen Dank.
Vielen Dank.
Bitteschön.
Right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Vielen Dank.
Pleasure. Thanks.
Oh, you did give me 5 things in a go. Okay, we start with thank you. Thank yous?
Vielen Dank.
Vielen Dank. Then pleasure?
Bitteschön. Gern geschehen.
Oh no, that one's out.
No, I don't want to confuse you. It's terrible. Vielen Dank.
Vielen Dank.
Vielen Dank.
Cool. Vielen Dank. Thank you. Thank you so much. Vielen Dank, IDEAtv. Thank you so much for watching the stage on IDEAtv. Check us on our YouTube channel, subscribe, comment, like. So let me know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe, all that. Let me know what you think and I'll get back to you. On our YouTube channel, IDEAtv Africa. On our Twitter, follow us, IDEAtv Africa. And also on our social media Facebook page, IDEAtv. Until next time, I'm with Nijanaji. Thank you very much.